Okay, this is going to be a general strategy video for making this wheel from the train. And the first thing that I would do is get this profile right here. They've done this section view where you can see this profile and revolve it. So understanding that sketch a little bit, it looks like you're going to have a rectangle kinda that's going to come down. You could use the line tool and dimension, get the general shape, dimension it. You do have these dimensions out here. These, if you think of like lengths and widths, you have that. And then I see rounded corners. I do see a radius of 0.025 on the end. Otherwise, I see all these little rounded corners, and I see a radius 0.0625, 1/16 typical. So I would make the ends here. You're going to come back and fill it. Okay, fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it. These are going to be the 1/16. These will be the 1/8. And then this is going to be your axis of rotation. Okay, you're going to revolve that. It'll be a solid piece. There won't be a hole in the middle like you have showing here. Okay, we'll get to that later. But I would make this rectangle extend basically all the way to here for now, because that's where they've dimensioned you to. Alright, that'll produce a wheel. Something round. You'll have some contours to it, right? Let's just imagine we're looking at the back side for a second, and one sketch you can do is just a point at the middle, and then use the hole tool to make the hole in the middle. And they show right here the diameter of this through hole is just more than 1/4 inch, 0.28 a diameter. So you can do that, make a point, and then make a through hole with a 0.28 inch diameter. Okay, next we've got this cut out. Save some weight, also looks very nice. And so we're going to create that geometry one time, and then we'll extrude cut it once, and then we'll circular pattern it. Okay, so to do that, if we're looking at it, it looks like this one is kind of straight up, and they're just giving us some typical degrees. So the width of this in degrees is 30 degrees. The spacing between them is 30 degrees. Now the tops and the bottoms of those are arcs. They're not circles. And you can see leader lines here giving you the radius of the outer circle is 0.625. That's a radius, not a diameter. And then the inner one is a radius of 0.375. So you're going to make, double those radii to get diameters. Basically, you're going to make 2 circles. Okay. And then from the center, you want to go make a line out to here and out to here. It's going to dimension it. You're going to be able to give degrees. You've got the y-axis running through here. And so you can set that to be a 15-degree arc or angle for that. And you can set a 15-degree angle for making this one. And that'll make a total of 30 degrees. Okay, after that, I would actually use my segment tool and come back and make a segment from here to here, from here to here, okay, on top of those circles. I would then make an arc, use the 3-point arc, where you can specify the ends, and then the middle point you want to just get a constraint onto this circle. So use a 3-point arc here and here. Okay, so after getting that 3-point arc here and here, you've got your profile. You can extrude cut it, and then after it's a 3D view, you will have to get an axis that goes through a cylindrical object, through a circle. So you'll create a work axis that goes through the middle in the 3D view, and then you can circular pattern this 3D feature around that axis 6 times. They'll be evenly spaced. It'll look perfect. Your wheel's really looking like a wheel, but there's another detail here in the drawing. And this is where the linkage arm connects. If you look at a train, the 2 wheels, I have a picture right here. Okay, so go back to the train. This right here is the linkage arm, and the linkage arm is going to connect to the wheel. All right, keep those wheels moving together. And so we've got to create that. Now, this circle, it's a little hard to tell, but it overlaps. It's not just sitting on that flat surface of the wheel. It actually is over the curved area of the wheel. So that's kind of awkward to make and extrude. So what we're going to do is we're not going to start on the surface of the wheel. We're going to start out on a work plane. So basically you want to create a work plane that's out away from that surface. So you're going to do an offset work plane by this much. Right here they're giving you the distance to offset to get to that surface. You can see that's going to that circle right here. Okay, so we're going to use your work plane command and do an offset work plane by 3/8 of an inch. Bring it out, that 0.375. There you will create this circle. Okay, and you will extrude it back to that. But when you choose distance, we're not going to do a set distance. You're going to say to next. So look for the drop down where you can say the distance and change it to next. The extrusion will then go until it runs into stuff. So this side, the outer side, will run into the curved wheel first, and it'll stop extruding. It'll just mate up with that perfectly, that profile. And on this side, it'll go all the way to the flat surface. So it's going to perfectly just extrude until it blends into the wheel. Okay? At that point, you can start a new sketch on the face of that cylinder, and you can extrude out this big cylinder. Don't do the hole yet, though, because if we look at the detail here, the dimensions that they've given us, okay, we can see that this is going to come out 1/8 of an inch, 0.125. So that's the length of this, but the little hole inside there, you get a diameter. The depth of that hole is even deeper. So no need to make the hole yet. We're going to come back and add a point and create a hole that runs deeper. It'll extend into this part. So that little hole actually goes deeper. So you might as well just wait. Okay, so you're going to just, pretty simple, new sketch, make a circle, extrude it out this 1/8 of an inch, finish sketch, finish extrusion, you're good. Start a new sketch on here, make only a point, then finish sketch, use the hole tool to set the hole. It's just a regular hole. They don't give us any threaded details or anything here, so just a simple hole with a diameter of 0.0625, that's 1/16 of an inch, and a depth of 0.25, a quarter inch deep. And you've got it. All right, good job.